Hello, it's the Red-Headed Poet again. We're back today with the Arkan Sonney. We're going to be painting him today. It shouldn't take terribly long. I went ahead and did a base coat in kind of a darkish gray color. Because he's going to be white, that should contrast well. I got a little quarter to replace the coin that I wanted to keep. But, yep. So his eyes have a little paint on them, but that's fine. We'll clean them up later. So I'm probably going to start dry brushing some white on top. And I think I explained before what dry brushing is. It's exactly what it sounds like. You get some paint on your brush, you wipe it off so it's mostly dry, and then you just very lightly go over it. But I'm going to be dry brushing lots of layers of white on this guy. And then there's a little bit of pink and red I think I'm going to be doing around the ears. So, we're just going to keep layering it until it's the level of white that I want. But yeah, we always start with a dark base coat so that it shows up all of the texture that we did when we were sculpting the clay. And you can use slightly heavier brush strokes when there's a really deep texture, like on this back here. But ultimately we want him to look predominantly white, with pink or red tipped nose and ears. I'm not sure what I'm doing with the hooves yet. That's still kind of iffy. But we'll start with this. We'll start with this and see where we go with it. Now, I apologize. I know I'm posting this a day late. He was supposed to be finished in the month of March. But I was still running late from my prior sculpture, so I unfortunately don't have as much time to do this as I wish I had. If I didn't have to work full-time and do a lot of other stuff, I would be doing this a lot more. But if I don't work full-time, I can't fund buying all of the stuff that I need to do all of my artwork, so it's kind of a necessity that I don't do as much. But if people do become interested in these videos, I will gladly do more. I will make time to do more. But for now, we'll just do my goal, one a month. So that at the end of the year I should have 12 different sculptures. I started last year, so I should have slightly more than that. But you give me some decent content. I will be doing some videos on dice very soon. I usually just show off my dice on TikTok, but I'll see if I can maybe just go through some of my dice stash currently in a YouTube video, just so that we have some variable content. And I'm working on creating all the thumbnails and transitions to make things look a little more professional, a little bit more pleasing to the eye, even though I know that's not like a primary thing. I do at least want my channel to look halfway decent. And unfortunately, because I'm so new to everything, I know it's not very, it's not always very polished. It's not always very good. But I'm learning. It's taking time. But I will get there eventually. If nothing else, I'm at least usually quite happy with what I'm actually making. It's just the presentation of my work isn't always the best. And I apologize for the audio on what was the last sculpture I did. It was pretty bad. I loved the song, but the lo-fi type beat was very staticky, and then between that and my audio settings it ended up sounding pretty weird, so didn't fully ruin the video. I didn't want to not post it, but I know it sounded pretty bad. But yeah, I went through and found some better sounding songs that work better for this kind of content. I will be cycling through them, mostly off of YouTube's free audio stuff. So shouldn't have that problem again, hopefully. I think I need another brush that I can do like a little bit of red and pink. I do have something to do this evening, so I may have to do 2 videos if I don't finish this in time, but I think that won't be for another 2 hours, so I should have time to finish. Should have time to finish all of this. So I have someone coming to pick up a kitty cat. So. But they shouldn't be here for a while. Alright. So I think I'm gonna do like a deep red for the base here on the nose. And then I'll have to go over it with like white and a little white, a little pink until it gets the tone that I like. I mean, it was kind of mixed because I really loved the pink tone, the original pink tone of the clay that I use, but somehow it never looks quite right to leave it fully unpainted whenever you start painting the rest of it, so we'll just go with this until we get the shade we like. Just double checking all of my stuff that everything is working, audio is working, yep, okay. I should probably have done that when I started, but I tend to remember a couple minutes in. Do a little bit around the eyes. So all we're doing is getting the base colors. Now the hooves, I'm not sure what color I'm doing for them. I guess they should be a pinkish color as well. Because on real pigs, that's kind of what they are. They're a pinkish tone. So we can do the red here and kind of blend it up a bit. And then we'll do a whitish pink. That's too much paint. Alright, now we've done that, let's go back to doing our white. I'm assuming from the legends it's at the very least an albino pig, if not an albino hedgehog. Although I think it is actually an albino pig. But I talked about before taking a little artistic license. I try to be accurate as I can if I can find a truly accurate description, but this one, there wasn't a whole lot of literature that I could find on it that had like much references or reasons behind why they said something looked a certain way. And they all had only one thing in common, which was white pig, and then a couple of them said the red ears, so, and red eyes. So I went for, oh, probably albino type color. Kind of like if you've ever seen albino deer, or I think even regular, like, pink pigs often have reddish toned eyes, but I'm not positive. I think that's typically an albino thing, because they don't have the pigment in the irises. And we're getting there. I still got more of the gray tone that I want. It's important when you do this too to keep picking it up, because a lot of times it'll look perfect and then as soon as you pick it up you'll notice spots that you missed. Particularly when there's legs like this, it's very easy to miss the insides or back. Let's see if I can turn him. Let's see, this way. So we're getting there, we're getting there. I do intend to buy a nicer camera, I just don't have the money for it yet, so. In the future, I will get a much nicer camera, or at least better lighting. I'm gonna work on that. Because this camera's not bad, but I think I'd like to have more high definition cameras. And for once, I'm not doing this at like 2 a.m., so. Okay. Where do we put our red? We're gonna do a little pink now. A little pink. Oops, I don't want to put that there. And if you can't tell, I have a piece of wax paper here. Whenever I do painting, I always like to put wax paper down because that's way too bright of a pink. But yeah, I like to put wax paper down because it keeps it from messing up my silicone mat too much. I mean, the paint does just peel right off of the silicone mat, so it's not the end of the world if I get some on it, but I'd rather not have to wash it all the time, so. And I think we're gonna do red-tipped ears like that. And this is a little too bright, I am aware. It's a little bit too hot pinkish, but we will be toning it down as we go. As we continue to add more layers of white. Let me see if I can clean the eyes out a little bit. It's easiest to clean the eyes when the paint dries, because then you can just sort of grab a paintbrush and it's a little bit wet and just peel it all right off. So there you can see how far we've gotten so far. Go back to dry brushing white. This isn't the most exciting painting, but sometimes it's like that, so. There aren't too many variable patterns on this little guy. He's mostly just white. It's just trying to achieve that level of texture and realism that I want. Now we'll have to leave the nose away for a little bit, I think, or leave the nose alone for a little bit. I think I'm wearing some of the paint that I put on off of it. This probably will be the shortest painting video I've had so far, just because of the lack of variance in the description. But I really wanted to do him just because I had this cute idea in my head for what he would look like. But it'll at least give me a little bit of an easier time when I go through to edit the video. Because, yeah, I'm not that good at editing videos, and it still takes me a very long time to do the short edits. I am rebranding those as sculpting snippets. If you've looked at the playlist, they're all now going to be, well, they're not all titled that yet, but the playlist is titled that, and I will go back through and title all of them the same thing. And I animated a little intro for that as well, which took me quite a few hours a week or two ago. But the little animated intro is not on any of the videos yet. It will be on this one and all of the ones to come, hopefully, until I improve it or get something better. Oh, but it's pretty cute, I think. I think you'll like it. I think we'll do a little pink on the tail right here, because I think that'll add a little variance to this and make it a little bit more exciting. See how we're coming along? I added some pink to that tail. Okay. How long has this been? Oh wow, it's only been 17 minutes. Yeah, we might finish this in under a half an hour, actually, which is rare. Usually it takes me at least an hour to paint the stuff. But he's tiny, so to be expected. Let me mix a little bit of... Sorry, audio should cut that out, but if it doesn't, I'm sorry. That was loud. Okay, got that. I'm gonna mix a little bit of the pink and red. So I want a really light pink. There we go. There we go. I did a very light, like baby pink. Do a little of it on the hooves. Yeah, I was surprised when I was looking at pigs. Their hooves actually are like a pink, and then the bottom is often a brownish color. I'm gonna leave a more solid pink because I don't know if I can really achieve the brownish color that I would want. Okay, and we're gonna do slightly redder tips on the ears. You can see that on his ears. And get the camera to focus. Come on, camera. I don't think it's gonna cooperate. There we go. You can see that pretty well. Red tipped ears. And the mouth, you're not gonna see too much of it because he's gonna have a coin in it. And then I think I want to do a little more of the pink around the eyelids, just very faintly. But the light pink. Okay. Let me see. Clean the eyes up a little bit. Yeah, you can also just scrape the paint off with like a toothpick or something. That usually is pretty effective as well, depending on how dried the paint is. Because paint sticks very well to clay, but not very well to like the glassy surface of the marbles that I used for the eyes. You can see that a little better. Okay. And I think we're gonna do roughly maybe one more pass with the white here that we have. And we'll do it very heavy. Very heavy. Let me actually do a little bit of pink on the belly. Just a little bit. And then we'll cover it up with the white so that it's not very noticeable. There we go. Give me 1 second, I have to do something here real quick. Alright. Okay. Sorry about that. Had to reply to a message. But yeah, I think, put it down just a tad on the front. Kind of sad because I really would like, I don't know, I feel like you should have more to him, but at the same time, if I do more, then I'd be taking even more license with his design, and it really should just be white. What if I gave him cute little polka dots? Like on his cheeks or on his nose? I don't know. Hold on. Let me think. Let me repaint the tip of his nose here so it's nice and solid. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so here's the design we have so far. The little coin in his mouth. I'm gonna go over his belly one more time because it's a little too pink. I like the pink on it, but it doesn't need to be quite that pink. Just slightly. Where did my toothpick go? There it is. I wonder if I did little white dots, if that would even be noticeable. I don't think that it would be. Okay, yeah, I like the idea, but I gotta, hold on, I gotta get my nicer, one of my fine little teeny tiny paintbrushes. Ooh, or maybe this. This will actually work well. Hold on. Little dots around the eyes. I think that makes it look cuter. Something simple that I'm ad-libbing. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm ad-libbing the dots, but I think that gives him some more interesting look. Let me see, what else can I do? Actually, I have a better idea. What if I did red dots on his nose? Okay, I think I need to take the ones off on the nose. That doesn't look quite right. But we'll leave. I like the ones on the ears. We'll do just a couple on the ears, a couple on the other ears, and then that'll be something mild. It gives him just a little bit more of an interesting look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then the white on the eyes, and let me repaint the tip of the nose. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else interesting that I can do with this before we finish up, just to give him a little bit more character. Let me touch up some spots here. I wonder if I can try to make it look like a really bright white stripe down the center of his back. Like really thick white. There we go. I like that. Because it's only a slight difference, but I think that adds a little more, gives him a little more pattern. And on the edges here, maybe a little whiter. That way it looks almost like he has a stripe, but not quite. Just a very faint stripe down his back. Then he's got the little dots on his eyes and his ears. Yeah, I don't think they look right on the nose, so. If I do too many, it's gonna look like the Day of the Dead type design. And that's not quite what we're going for. So, need some more covering on the face here. Alright, let's see if we can clean up his eyes a little bit. Put all of these in the paint. Okay. Go over here so I can see them. Alright. So here is our little Arkan Sonney. Where's his coin? A little silver coin in his mouth. The little lucky pig from the Isle of Man from Meg's Mythology. Like I said, there wasn't a great deal of description. I think the original was probably just like an albino pig that was really fast that you could catch. But it's used for hedgehogs now, so we did kind of a fantasy-ish hedgehog-pig mix. He's got a little bit of a stripe down his back, but mostly he's just white with red-tipped ears, so kind of an albino coloring. I think he's pretty cute. This is a pretty short video, actually. But as always, I will do one of my short edits of it, and if you watch this, I greatly appreciate it. Either like it or comment or just interact in some way. That helps me a lot with the algorithms. But thank you so much if you watched this far. I really appreciate it.